We start with Bitcoin. I try to analyze the Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, ADA, and Dogecoin in the same video. All right. Anyway, we start with because there is no much changes and there is no more information, no much information. Anyway, if we refer to my last analysis for the Bitcoin based on forward chart, we mentioned with the breakout of the 64, we can look for 60. And as we can see right now, I'm looking at this. We want to see whether we can look for buy from here or not. If we get any opportunity for buy from here, we will take it. Okay, this is what we are looking for. And if we get any opportunity for buy, we have to see the continuation as a sharp move for sure. If the prices start to drop from here, this one can turn to internal flat as a three-way following by divergence. Then any opportunity for there, it can give us a better confirmation. But we don't need to wait for that. Most of the chart, they have a similar movement. That's why if we get any opportunity for buy from here, we'll take it. And we have to see the continuation as a sharp move with the breakout of the previous stop. And it depends on the strategy the traders they're using. And if we move to lower time frame, 1 hour chart right now, as I mentioned, if we get the opportunity for buy from here, we will take it. But if we see the price reverse as a corrective move, we should know how to manage or take out the trade. Because as I mentioned, if next drops happen, mostly we can look for the divergence. It can give us better option. Having entry above this is not a really good idea unless we put our entry above any of this. Again, it depends of the traders, how they look at the trade and how they start to, what's the strategy to manage the trade. Anyway, based on daily chart, as I mentioned, for Bitcoin, we are looking for this correction, how deep this one can go, I mentioned. But any opportunity for buy as a short term, we're looking for 77, following by 88K. And if we move to Ethereum, as I mentioned, most of the chart, they have a similar movement. And based on daily chart for the Ethereum, we are looking at this one, how deep it can go. We can look for 3350 following by 3120, but any opportunity for buy as a short term, we're looking for 4.2 following by 4.5K. And mostly with the breakout of the 4.5, we can look for all-time high. And if we move to lower time frame, we see how we can look for trade. As I mentioned, similar movement as what we have based on for the Bitcoin. I'm looking at this one. Any opportunity for buy from here, we will take it. And we have to see the reversal as a sharp move, because if the price reverses as a corrective move, we should know that uh, may there is a next drop. That's why we can expect this one to give us one move up. We see the internal correction following by next drop. We will expect the divergence. Similar explanation as what we have based on what I explained based on, for the Bitcoin. All right. Then simply we cannot take the trade. We have to look for the trade setup, because as I mentioned, we can expect the price continue and drop. Then we see the divergence. If it's happened, this is the best. But we don't need to wait for this option. That's why if we get any opportunity for buy from here, we'll take it. Having entry above this can be an option for the Ethereum. But we have to know that if we want to put our entry above the top, we want to see the price sharply tag, break, and continue with the price tag. We see there is no continuation within the maximum 2 hours, that's within the first or maximum 2 hours. If there is no continuation, we should take out the trade. We shouldn't keep the trade. And we move to ADA. And based on the ADA again, we have been looking for this one, this correction. All right. And we mentioned we can expect this one to be relative to what we have here. We see the running flat before we see the next reversal. That's why we mentioned if we can expect this one with the breakout of the 63, we can even look for 58 cent. All right. For sure, if the price drop to 58 cent, it can give us better confirmation to look for buy. But since the overall market is moving, we don't need to wait for that. If we get any opportunity based on lower time frame, we'll take it. And mostly we're looking to see the break. If we get any opportunity for buy with the breakout of the 75, we're looking for 82 cent. And if we move to higher time frame, we have for the ADA, we have been looking to see the breakout of the 92 cent. Mostly with the breakout of the 92 cent, then we can look for 1.35 and the continuation all-time high. And anyway, we move to lower time frame. For the ADA based on forward chart, I don't see we don't the structure is not similar to what we have before the Bitcoin and the ETH. All right. And that's why if you want to look for buy at this point, I don't see any trade setup. The possibility for the next drop in relative to the running flat as a three waves is there. again, if it's happened following by divergence, this is the best option. But how about if we move to, but if we see the overall market like a Bitcoin and Ethereum move, mostly we see the movement for the EDA, mostly, not 100%. Because if we move to lower time frame, we see the waves reversing is very corrective. For sure, for the ADA, if we see the next drop with the breakout of this low following by divergence, this is where I'm interested to look for buy. But at this point, I'm not really interested to look for buy. Having entry above this, I will not really suggest it. If anyone wants to put the entry, they should put here. Okay. For me, I'm not really interested to for the having entry above the correction. But if we see sharp move flag and we see the overall market is moving, then we see how, if we get a buy opportunity, we will take it. But still, for the ADA, I prefer to see the divergence before I take the trade. And if we move to the Dogecoin, we move to higher time frame. All right. And similar explanation, we have been looking for this one. How deep it can go, we can expect the price drop to 12 cents. And if we get any opportunity from here, we will take it. And we're looking for 22 cents following by 31 cents. This is the target. And we can expect the price consolidate here for longer time. And if it's happened, it can give us better confirmation. Okay. But as we mentioned, overall market is moving. We can expect if the rest is they start to move, we can see the movement for this coin as well. But again, as what we have here with the breakout of this low, with the breakout of this low, if we get the divergence and if the price could break this low as well, that means if the price could tag 12 cent, this is the option we can look for. When I say this is the best, that means it can give us better confirmation. Okay, it doesn't mean the price cannot reverse from here. If we want to look for buy from here, we have to look for the trade setup. If we get the trade setup, we have to see the continuation as a sharp move. Okay, first, we cannot simply buy because we can expect the price continue and drop before we see the reversal. And even if we get any buy from here, we have to see the continuation as a sharp move because we can expect this one to enter internal flat. If this one happen, what we get here, the next drop can be really sharp. Then at that point, we have to look for differently, even we see the breakout of the 12 cent. All right, then if anyone wants to look for buy from here, they have to look for the trade setup based on forward chart. I don't see any trade setup. If the price could break this low following by the divergence, V is the best. And if we move to lower time frame, similar explanation. Having entry above the top can be an option. And the last one is the XRP. XRP, the way is moving is quite differently. Anyway, we move to higher time frame, we move to daily chart, and it dropped quite a lot after we get this sharp move. Now want to see whether the price can break 58 cents or not. Okay. Anyway, as what I mentioned, if we get any opportunity for buy, we will take it. But the way it's reversing is very corrective. That's why since we have been looking for buy from here, I mentioned any opportunity for buy, we will take it. But we should know how to manage it if it doesn't move in our direction, because the way it's reversing is very corrective. All right. And the possibility, if technically when we see this kind of the reversal, mostly we can expect the price retest this low somewhere around 43 cents. Okay, we have to bear in mind we can look for buy, but we should know how to manage it if it doesn't move in our direction. Okay, similar, whoever get the buy within here, we get the next drop. All right, this is how we have to manage it. At least if the prices start to drop, we out in a break even. But the breakout of the 94 cent, this is what I'm looking for. And as I mentioned, as long as it start to move, it can move really sharp. That's why for me, if I get any opportunity for buy, I will take it. But if it doesn't move in my direction, then at least I take out the trade in the break even. How deep it can go, we can look for 58 cent, but I don't see any trade setup. If we move to lower time frame forward chart, from what we can see here technically, then we have to wait for the next drop. We have the best is the price retest this low, following by divergence, we buy from there. Okay, other chart I mentioned, we can look for buy, but for this one, I prefer the price retest this low. Okay, this is how we can look for trade technically. And if we want to look for the trade setup, even if we move here, we see there is no trade setup. We can't even expect the price consolidate before we see the next drop. If this has happened, following by divergence, then from there any reversal will take it. But if the price reverse, I'm not really interested. Having entry above here, I'm not interested. The only times I will look for buy from here, I see the sharp move flag. We see the confirmation with the breakout of this corrective move. Then we will take the trade. Okay. Anyway, most of the chart, mostly the ETH, Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, and Dogecoin, they had a similar movement, but the XRP is quite different. That's why we don't see any trade setup here. And we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.